get knocked down flat on my back, but I also remember a time when I got back up. That's what we do as Americans and North Carolinians, and so I'm proud to stand here in front of you today. Now, you all know what's going on. You know what's going on right here in North Carolina. One of the things I'm happiest about right here in North Carolina is the man who just left this stage. The one obstacle that held us up from voter ID, the one obstacle that held us up from drawing our own map so we could make sure we could wrap this state up in red was what? The courts. That got rectified, and it did not happen by happenstance or by accident. That was because it was planned. And the plan was carried out, and it worked. And because it has worked, North Carolina is now on the cusp of becoming completely red, unimpeded by that is something that we need to keep in mind and honor. That is no small task, and that is no small dividend that it will pay. So, as we move forward, we need to remember that. But here it is. I'm standing here now at 2 minutes, 58 seconds. Standing here right now. Down in Mexico, the border is wide open. God knows who's pouring over. China and Brazil and all these other countries are lining up against the United States of America. They see her weak. They see the weakness in Washington, D.C. They see the complicity with them in Washington, D.C. And they think now is the time to strike. And our border is wide open to make that possible. Balloons, as Congressman Murphy mentioned, flying over our states, flying over our biggest military installations, most important military installations, unimpeded by the weak Biden administration. We see our police officers across the nation being demonized and defunded. Just read an article in the newspaper today that said the Greensboro Police Department has one backup car. One! That also does not happen by accident. That is an on purpose, and it is happening all across this nation. And we of course see what's going on in our schools. How our children are being, yes, indoctrinated. How they are being, in some cases, abused. And how they are not being taught the things they need to be successful once they leave those classrooms. You see all of those things right now, we're witnessing them. We're witnessing things on even a grander scale. We're witnessing all the things like ESG and SCL, all those things that we see and hear and we talk about all the time. We witnessed the debacle with COVID and how that was a test run for how Americans would take communism. We've witnessed it all. We see the darkness literally coming down or up the steps at us. We see it charging at us like a freight train. We look back in history, we look at the Germans and we look at the Japanese, and we think, how in the world could those people let that happen? Why did they not do something about it? Could they not see the disaster that was headed towards them? It's time for us to take a look at ourselves and ask ourselves that question. We see the disaster coming. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to sit and wring our hands? Are we going to be too afraid to stand up and speak the truth? Are we going to get in rooms and fight each other viciously and try to destroy the other guy so we can get the seat instead of him? What are we going to do? When it's all said and done and America falls, what will you be saying? Will you be saying, my God, why didn't we do something? Or will you be saying this, I saw it coming, and look what we did to stop it? Governor, plan on running against a fellow named Josh Stein. Couldn't be a big difference between me and Josh Stein. You know, I'd like to ask Josh Stein the last time he was home. I'd like to ask Josh Stein when was the last time he looked at his hand and didn't see enough money in to pay his bills. shut down and move to Mexico. Tomorrow you'll be out of a job. You see, we understand the plight of North Carolinians because we live the plight of North Carolinians. Mr. Stein has not. And it's been made that plain as Attorney General. He has not done his job up to now. What makes you think he'll do it in the future? We're ready to governor to fight for the people of this state. All of the people of this state, to ensure that this economy we have growing on all cylinders now spreads all across the state, to ensure that education gets back to the place where it needs to be, where we're no longer trying to tell our children that they don't have to be a boy or a girl that they can choose. We don't want that kind of choice. What we want is for parents to be able to choose where their children are educated. Funded, not systems funded. Now, I'm 2 minutes and 10 seconds, 11 seconds, over my time. And here it is, I'm gonna leave you with this. People ask me. Some people have asked me why I want to run for governor. I want you to listen to me. I don't want to run for governor. I don't want to run for governor. Key word here is want. See, there's too much want in politics right now. I want to be a senator. I want to be a congressman. I want to be a big shot that can pop my collar and have a title. There's too much want in Washington, D.C. Too much want in Raleigh. Too much want in the kingdom. It's not a matter of law. Following the line of June 6, 1944, Higgins boat in the middle of the in Shannon. Find a young man on that Higgins boat and ask him, why do you want to be out here steaming towards Omaha Beach? That young man will look at you and tell you, I don't want to be here, but I don't have a choice. You see, Hitler is bombing his way across Europe, and the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. What I want is to be